Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 1 in a series between XelSing versus Rudan. XelSing spawning as, well, let me go ahead and clear things up here. XelSing spawning as the orc player, the red orc on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, XelSing has spawned as the blue night elf. Night elf versus orc here. As we get things underway, gonna go ahead and speed things up to that all-important 2-minute mark when we know what is gonna be happening. Please note he is a soulcaster. What does the soulcaster mean? Please note, oh, he is a sportscaster. All right, so just like me, except probably a little bit more well-known. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what's gonna be happening for the blue night elf player here, as things are getting underway. XelSing over there, Rudan, is it Rudan? Oh my goodness, I am having such a hard time trying to remember everything. Yes, it is Rudan here. So Night Elf gonna go ahead and clear up this Troll Trapper creep camp, and it looks like, was it a 5-3-3? I don't think so. I believe it was actually a 3-3-3 creep camp, meaning that that Demon Hunter did not lose any bit of experience. Blade Master now making its way out, and he breaks Windwalk just enough for the Demon Hunter to spot him. He now knows that the Blade Master is about to come inside and do a bit of harassment. Blade Master, however, walks over there and doesn't do very much of anything. The Blade Master does have 2 circlets of nobility, but besides that, isn't that strong. Yes, having 2 circles of the nobility does give the Blade Master more damage, gives him more hit points and more mana. But besides that, he's not going to really benefit from that until he gets that critical strike where the damage starts to add up fairly quickly. Blade Master does end up grabbing a replenishment potion, which is very important in this matchup, as the Blade Master does tend to take a little bit of damage and also use a lot of mana. So that will end up saving a clarity potion in addition to saving a charge on that healing salve. That Blade Master now wandering around is going to end up getting mana burned if he does not run away, as that Windwalk does break. If you did not know, as soon as your buffs are starting to blink, you have about 15 seconds before they are gone. Blade Master does sell that replenishment potion, not quite sure why, and the Blade Master now feeling fairly confident going toe-to-toe, or I guess glaive to blade, against the Blade Master. Demon Hunter does pick up the Boots of Speed, surprisingly, as the Blade Master was there first to the shop. Not quite sure what happened there, as we now see the Voodoo Lounge is being constructed. Yeah, a very big surprise there. If the Blade Master ever uses a clarity potion, there is really no reason to sell it. Yes, I know the replenishment potion doesn't give as much mana as a clarity, but the Blade Master could use both hit points and mana right now. I do believe that was a bit of a mistake there, as the Blade Master now uses that healing salve to heal back up. Alright, coming back around, the Demon Hunter is running away, does have those Boots of Speed, will be able to get away without much of an issue, as the Blade Master now comes in and is going to be going after this Ogre Warrior creep camp, getting to level 2. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter and a solo archer working their way through this Forest Troll High Priest. Unfortunately for the Demon Hunter, the Forest Troll High Priest does have medium armor and is constantly healing, making it that much more difficult for the archer to deal any significant damage. Also, that additional inner fire +5 armor, which was on everyone else except for the Troll High Priest, it makes it difficult to try and clear out the rest of that creep camp. Demon Hunter does a quick drink over there at the Moonwells, is sitting at level 2, and is now making his way over here to the top right. Alright, a Wisp tried to do a little bit of hiding in the back, was not able to do anything there, and quickly has a detonate. At this point in time, this is where the game should start to liven up a bit. I'm not really sure what is going to happen here. I do believe we are going to be going into Druids of the Talon. No, we are not. Okay, so this is a Night Elf versus Orc matchup, and we are not going into Druid of the Talon. Alright, so we could be going into Dryads and Bears, and that is a little bit of an unorthodox strategy. I didn't. Apparently, the observers are talking. Very rare to actually see English in these tournaments. And then you. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going down here. Demon Hunter ends up getting surrounded here. The Peon, comes in here, and are we going to perhaps see the Hexed? Yes, Demon Hunter getting taken down. That Demon Hunter ends up falling apart, and XelSing is getting very far ahead here. So far, XelSing able to take down that Demon Hunter and he is not going to have to go up against a lot of Druids of the Talon. Now, Tree of Eternity does mean Dryads and most likely Bears. XelSing is like, wow, what a DPS. Yes, very, very high DPS, but then again, that the Blade Master did have the Claws of Attack +6, double Circlets of Nobility, and he was surrounded inside the base. The Shadow Hunter, that wasn't, I'm sorry, XelSing's DPS was high, but it really didn't make that big of a difference, as we're now looking at the Keeper of the Grove coming out. Rudan is not really making that much, sense in terms of traditional play, and I really hope that Rudan can perhaps catch XelSing off guard with a rather unorthodox move. You can see that the Spirit Lodge and the Disenchant is already being invested in, and XelSing may actually find himself in a bit of a problem. He's going to be investing in a lot of tech that isn't going to be that useful aside from Spirit Link. I say aside from Spirit Link, as well, I guess I say aside from Spirit Link in a kind of joking manner, as Spirit Link is a very, very powerful ability, being able to mitigate a lot of damage. However, the Druids of the Claw are going to be able to deal a lot of damage, and if the Spirit Linked Spirit Walkers are forced to try and disenchant as well, they will be able to do so, but this is not going to be your typical battle against Druids of the Talon. Alright, Mastery Training now, for some reason, queued up here instead of queued up here, and those are some of the minor differences that really make a very big difference. If all of a sudden Rudan's tech is just a little bit late, that is a definite problem. Demon Hunter quickly clears up that creep camp here, as the Keeper of the Grove is sitting at level 1. Now, Keeper of the Grove with Thorn's Aura is a very effective strategy, as the Bears can tank that damage, and we are also going to be reflecting a fair bit of damage as well. Now, the question is going to be, does XelSing know what's going on? Rudan ended up tipping his hand a little bit more than he wanted to by showing that Keeper of the Grove. Normally you see a Beastmaster and a Goblin Tinker and you try and press at tier 2. The timing is now all wrong, and XelSing has to know that this is not your typical build. If we see a lot more Spirit Walkers, say 2 to 3 more Spirit Walkers, then I would say that is over-investment, as the Spirit Walkers, even though they do deal 17 to 22 damage, are a very, very heavy investment. Alright, let's take a look at this. Down over here, Blade Master now running away. You can see that there are Bears in play, plenty of mana. Keeper of the Grove still sitting at level 1 though, as the Blade Master now running around and he spots those Bears. Alright, are the Bears going to be a little bit of a surprise? That is the big question here, as the units are now running around. Alright, Wisp getting taken down there. No detonation to try and dispel all of that Spirit Link, as we now see a Dryad perhaps prancing away from that Blade Master. Blade Master doing a little bit of a dance here, but the Dryad getting absolutely torn apart, cannot figure out which way to go and ends up falling apart. Alright, one Peon quickly jumps inside an Orc Burrow, and what is going to be happening here, as we see the Bears are now coming in from a bit far away. Scroll of Town Portal now heading all the way back home, as we see that the Blade Master realizes that he does not want to be here. Oh, this could be very bad news. There's the mana burn, but the Blade Master still able to get off the Windwalk in time. Alright, this is going to be bad news for XelSing, as XelSing is now fleeing from a Keeper of the Grove, which means entanglement is highly likely, I guess entangle is highly likely, or the entanglement is highly likely there, as the Keeper of the Grove gets the level 2. Very smart play by the Demon Hunter to make sure that he was nowhere near that fight. By making sure he was nowhere near that fight out of necessity because of the Blade Master, the Keeper of the Grove now gets the level 2 with Thorn's Aura. I gotta believe Thorn's Aura is coming in. If we actually see Ents or Force of Nature, I will be scratching my head wondering what Rudan is doing. Keeper of the Grove, Demon Hunter getting quickly ensnared there. Demon Hunter, Blade Master, Mana Burn now coming through. Are we gonna see a Rejuvenation? Yes, we are, and XelSing is definitely paying for that one Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove still does not have Entangle. I am not exactly sure why, as the Shadow Hunter now going to end up getting surrounded and getting taken down at level 3. XelSing is going to start feeling the effects here, and I'm not quite sure he knows how to handle what he's looking at from his opponent. The Keeper of the Grove has enough mana for one more Entangle, and that Entangle has really been what is switching the tides of battle. XelSing and Orc players all know, I'm going to ensnare your units and take you out. However, it is very, very different when the shoe is on the other foot, all of a sudden not being able to retreat as your raiders are getting entangled and destroyed. Let's take a look at the supply. 47 over 60 compared to 48 over 50. Even though the supply count is fairly even, you can see that Rudan's units are very strong at this point with superior tech. Also, the Druids of the Claw are actually staying in Druid form, allowing them to constantly regenerate more mana, cast Roar, and cause more problems. Alright, is this going to turn into a giant battle? Wisp are massively trying to repair here. Blade Master going after them. The Wisps perhaps should be getting healed here. There is no reason why they shouldn't be getting healed, as they are now constantly repairing. Alright, it looks as though every single Orc burrow, it could get taken down here, as all the peons are getting destroyed. Does the Blade, or does the Demon Hunter? No, the Keeper of the Grove has a Scroll of Town Portal, and now the Blade Master trying to get in a little bit of damage. Oh, this could be bad for the Blade Master. Blade Master does not get mana burned in time. Absolute shame there, as Rudan does get to level 3 on that Keeper of the Grove and gets 50 more mana. Alright, this Ancient of Lore, very, very low on hit points. The Keeper of the Grove needs to get a little bit of mana here, and we're going to see the Ancient of Lore actually uproot himself, and that's a problem. He now no longer has fortified armor. Blade Master now comes through. No mana burn again. A huge misplay by Rudan, as he loses one of his 2 production buildings. Back home, Shadow Hunter has been resurrected. You see an expansion coming in from XelSing, and XelSing's hidden expansion on the top left-hand side of the map may be his saving grace. All of that hidden tactics, all of the trickery to go for bears, now not going to be worth very much, as the Keeper of the Grove coming in gets an Entangle down. We're going to see a disenchant, as the Keeper of the Grove should be forced to use the potion. No, is not using the potion of invulnerability at all. Still fighting back. We're going to see him fight in between 2 locations. Are we going to see the potion of invulnerability? Are we not? No, we didn't see it. I'm not sure why we did not see the potion of invulnerability being used. I don't believe there was a cooldown. Yes, he was ensnared, but I am just screaming right now inside, wondering what Rudan was thinking. All right, XelSing may be able to steal this game now, as we saw a very, very important hero getting taken down. This Blade Master going through and just taking down every single Ancient of Lore. We do not have an Altar of Elders currently resurrecting, and now we see the Ancient of Lore coming under fire once more. Blade Master going to be getting into a little bit of extra damage. Demon Hunter unable to mana burn the Blade Master. Blade Master, oh, able to sneak through again. Not having a Wisp here may also be one of the reasons why this is not working out at all. All right, let's take a look at this. Demon Hunter now trying to chase forward. Blade Master is back over here. You can see a new Moonwell trying to be constructed. It does not look like it will be constructed in time. And more importantly, you can see that Rudan is not mining with a lot of Wisp. If he loses this Wisp, oh, that Moonwell going to get destroyed here. And is that Blade Master going to be able to get away? We need to see a mana burn. Oh, Potion of Invulnerability. If the Demon Hunter can just hold on to this spot here, the Blade Master can now wind walk. Oh, that's going to be beautiful, beautiful timing on that Potion of Invulnerability to get that, because oh wait, yes, we did end up seeing the resurrection on that Keeper of the Grove, but this is just turning into one of the strangest games I've cast in some time. Potion of Invulnerability on a Keeper of the Grove, and just not having the foresight to use it. And even though he had plenty of time, XelSing now sitting on a 2 gold mine advantage, and now taking the fortress as well. Every advantage was given, or every opportunity was given to Rudan to take this game, as long as he didn't make any mistakes. He did a lot of damage with the bears. He was very, very effective with them. He had the Keeper of the Grove constantly entangling, and at the end, it was all for naught here as a single Blade Master and all of the trickery involved was able to shut it down. All right, there's a quick roar. There's a couple of ensnares. The Druid of the Claw needs to go into bear form in order to survive. He is currently rejuvenating a lot of damage, though. All right, are we going to see another rejuvenation? Yes, as we are looking at Raiders getting taken down as well. There goes one Druid of the Claw. Are we going to perhaps see the Raiders getting taken out? Demon Hunter is here. Massive ensnares coming down. Mana burn on a no mana Shadow Hunter. As we're still trying to figure out what exactly is happening. The Keeper of the Grove, is it going to be able to make its way out? No, it is not. Every opportunity given to Rudan, and it is still not going to work out as you see a Druid of the Claw, two Druids of the Claws are hexed, and that is the reason why you do not go bears. The longer the game goes, the worse the bears are as you hex a bear. The cooldown is actually shorter than the length of the hex. And two bears out of that fight. That was just an absolute thrashing by XelSing over Rudan, even though it looked like Rudan had plenty of opportunities for the win. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.